the divorce, the bill of divorce.
I just showed you in the Bible where Christ said we weren't supposed to divorce.
And I can show you where God gave Israel a bill of divorce.
Salakia, if I can. The only reason you get rid of a woman if she goes sleep with another man.
That is correct. She commits adultery on you.
Yes, that is correct. I agree. I am correct.
Wait, Jay. If your woman slept with another man, right? She left your bed tonight and went with another man. You keep her?
God allowed me to divorce her according to the Bible.
Are you lying?
Why would I lie?
I think would you start breakdown and crying and say why would you and keep her next morning?
Say that again. I didn't hear you.
We know how Africans get. We know how Africans get, man. I watch the movies.
Either that or we cut her head off.
You know what I mean? Come on.
So what we're trying to say is that adultery was also another law we weren't supposed to commit. And adultery is the only way that a man can separate in the eyes of God from a woman.
Yeah.
But divorce, what Moses did, Moses allowing us to have a bill of divorce just because I don't want to be with the woman no more, because I think she gained weight and I hate it, because one toe is bigger than the other toe and I don't like it. We're not supposed to throw away our wives and divorce them. However, if our woman commits adultery, if my woman today decides to sleep with another man, she is no longer my woman.
Yes. Okay.
That's different. That is completely different than Moses writing a bill of divorce.
Agreed. Yes, agreed.
Also, too, if I can.
They're not the same. You can't compare the two.
No, I said I agree. Yes, correct. You're correct. I agree.
Also, too, if you in the truth and that woman leave you because she don't believe in the truth, then she gone. That's not your woman no more.
Well, Hamite J don't got to worry about that because he's a Hamite.
He's an unbeliever. Why you keep calling me that though? What's that? I'm just curious.
A Hamite is a descendant of Ham.
Yeah.
You assumed earlier that you were a descendant of Ham, so that's why I'm calling you Hamite J.
Huh.
Also, right here, it's okay. Right here, I'm reading it's a history book called Josephus, right? You can read right here.
Which one, sir? Which chapter?
Just right from 2, right?
This is chapter 6.
And
is
it okay to call me by my name, the name I represented? Is that okay?
No, we're gonna explain to you why. Like, you can call us Israelites, right? You can call us Israelites. You can call him Asher. You can call me Benjamin. That's my tribe, right? Ephraim, that's your tribe, right? But for you, you're a Hamite, so we called you by Ham, and I'm trying to explain the reason if it makes any sense to why we.
But you have a name though, right?
Identify you as such. If you can read it, sure.
Chapter 6: How every nation was denominated from their first inhabitants. Section 2: The children of Ham possessed the land from Syria and Ammonaeus.
Right. So what it's saying is from Noah, right? In the flood of Noah, right? There was parts of the land that the Hamites naturally went to. Keep going.
And the mountains of Libanus, seizing upon all that was on its sea coast.
Right. So the Hamites love that sea coast right there. All right, keep going.
And as far as the ocean.
So how the Hamites operated was they went to the Mediterranean Sea. And they just kept living and growing and expanding around wherever the sea went, right on the coast, as far as the
ocean,
from the sea coast as far as the ocean. That's how your people got to Guinea-Bissau in the west coast of Africa, because it was around that coast, going around Africa, going all the way around, expanding and pushed out, and that's why you're a Hamite, because that's what the Hamites did, and that's where you from. Right. You're from the explanation of this right here in history,
and that's why I'm calling you Ham. All right, there you go. Hamite J.
I explained to you earlier that my father escaped there. I was born there. The same reason you wouldn't call an Egyptian now ancient Egyptian. You wouldn't call them Hamites because
I would call them Hamites. I would still call them Hamites.
But okay. The Egyptians call themselves Kemites. That Kemites is Ham.
Yes.
When Ham and Japheth mix, what you call that?
Whatever their father is, that's what we call them. And
I'm assuming Alexander was a masculine figure. They came there and did the masculine thing, the Ottoman. Then they become
whatever the Macedonians did with Hamitic women and children were born, those
Yeah.
children will also be whatever Macedonia was.